Big ass Palsteron here. And it is time for a new character, and this time it's going to be a bosser. And for this, we're going to play Iron Commander Dex-Stacking Ballistas. If you guys don't know, this is actually a very established build. Basically, what you do is with Iron Commander, you get one additional siege ballista that you can put down per 200 dexterity. So the more dexterity you stack, the crazier it gets. And then you also have Heirophant Demise, which gives you a lot of cold damage per dexterity. You have your body armor, which gives you 1% attack speed per 25 dexterity. You have Fractal Thoughts, which scales your dexterity. Just overall, you're going crazy. The big thing about this league, for example, is you actually have these boots here. So this boot mod here adds 2 to 4 cold damage to attacks per 10 dexterity. This is a pretty huge deal. This actually increases your damage by quite a bit. As you can see here, if I would unequip these boots, I would literally deal half of my damage. That's how big of a deal this is. Now, we have been leveling this over on twitch.tv/Palsteron on my live stream. I will say that I kind of respect, I think, a little bit too early. I respected level 50, which I couldn't really get enough of my passive points in at that point. I should have stayed Stormbrand for a little bit longer. Stormbrand, if you don't know, if you have a leveling setup with double Thessalios, I mean, you're just going to completely cruise through the game. But what we're trying to get to is an end game version like this. Now, as you can see down here, this is over 1 billion single target damage with 22 ballistas. Now, how do we get here? So why am I even starting this build in the first place? Obviously, there's a point missing somewhere. I don't know. How do I even get here? So the reason why I wanted to play this build so badly is because of Inquisitor. If you look at PoE Ninja right now and you get in Iron Commander, you will see a ton of people who level to 100 on Ballista, and what they all have in common is their Heirophant. And I cannot for the life of me understand why that is. So I have done a lot of PoEs for this version. The version we're currently on, I will not share it yet. I will share it in the next video because it's not finalized. As you have seen there, it's not. It's at 124 points. We're finishing up some stuff, but I mean, this is crazy. Usually, if you're talking about ascendancy choice, it's like, well, it's a little bit this, a little bit that, and it's usually just, I don't know, preference or something. In this case, I'm just kind of left wondering. That's simply because Forbidden Flame and Forbidden Flesh exists, and this node here, Ritual of Awakening, is basically the only reason to go Heirophant. This node is just insane. This meant always that you have to go Heirophant with a stacker. But I mean, this jewel has been out now for 2 leagues, and I'm just very, very surprised that people have not gone the Inquisitor route with just getting this from Forbidden Flame, Forbidden Flesh. If you think cost is an issue, I don't know what it's going to be now. We know how price fixers are, but these are 20 chaos right now, straight up. Like, each of these are 20 chaos, and you can go Inquisitor, and what does that give you? Well, let's look at this here. Okay, doubles my damage. Let's look at this here. Okay, gives me what? This gives me like 400% crit. Okay, that's insane. That's already like infinitely better than anything you get here. What do you get here? 4 power charges? That's what, like 160 crit? A lot less, right? The small nodes here give you crit multi, which is extremely important. Here you get Sanctuary, so you get Regen. You get everything that you get a more damage multiplier. Pious Path. Now you get Regen, Curse Immunity. So another thing that is so fascinating for me is this combo between Ritual of Awakening and Pious Path. So basically, with Ritual of Awakening, you get 1% of life regen per totem you have. And in a Ballista stacker, that means you get crazy amounts of life regen. So in this version, for example, I have 1,439 regen. Now, don't look at Energy Shield here. This is going to be fixed by Energy Shield gear. Like I said, I've just redone this. It's not finished. We're going to have round about 2,000 Energy Shield. Think about a Ritual of Awakening, 1,400 regen. If you have Pious Path, what happens? You get 1,400 Energy Shield regen. And you might say, well, just go Heirophant and anoint Pious Path. But no, that's not what I mean. These nodes are all crazy. Inevitable Judgment basically makes it so you don't have to run Cold Pen. You don't have to penetrate whatsoever against enemies that have like 70 res. They're just on 0. You don't have to take stuff like Fangs of Frost. You want all your passive points to go for these 12 passive large passives. Like, you cannot get to this kind of dexterity without those. You need every single point you can get. The only big downside of not going Heirophant is the placement speed. You get a total of 140% placement speed. And that is your one limitation that you're working around with Inquisitor. You're basically just you're straight up doing 30 to 40% more damage, if not more. But the limitation you're living with is you have to compensate for that placement speed. And that happens obviously in the passive tree, like with Totemic Zeal. Now, usually people take these nodes here. You just take these here instead. So you also get 20% totem placement speed. And then in game, what a lot of people forget is that you can actually where is it? That you can actually get 6% totem placement speed from jewels. So for example, if I'm going to craft a jewel, I'm going to take one that already has this harvest implicit. You can have this on every single one of your jewels, which is going to let you end up at around about 40 to 50% placement speed. Pretty fucking great to kind of even that out. You can also get them on boots. There is an Ashley mod that you can get, for example, with a Veiled Chaos that is 40%. And you can also just craft it on. That would be 30%. The extra totem is also not really important. The totem duration is completely irrelevant. The +1 totem, I mean, you're going from 22 to 23 totems. I mean, it's kind of irrelevant at that point. Overall, I just have no idea why not Inquisitor. Maybe I'm going to figure it out once I'm playing it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe for some reason I'm missing out on something. I don't know. Nobody could really give me an answer why not everybody's going for Inquisitor. I guess we're going to find out. But as for what we're going to gear next, we have some spicy crafting on the way. So one thing we want to craft are these cluster jewels, these 12 passive bow cluster jewels. What you can get on them is the GG one would be, you want 35% increased effect, you want 8 dexterity, you want the life, and then at the last one you want either 3% attack speed per node, or you want the 4 all attributes per node. And yeah, those are just absolutely GG. As a attribute stacker, I think you have already seen those most likely. They just fill out your dexterity really nice, or your attributes real nice. If you had to walk around the passive tree, these would be way less efficient than just taking one of these nodes. As well as that, I actually managed to craft these right here. Now they're not crafted right now. We're only talking about bases. So this is what you get. I got perfect T1 dexterity and perfect life fractured on it. What we're most likely going to do is we're going to craft with hollow fossils. So we get abyss jewels, which is going to give us even more chance at dexterity, up to 26 extra dexterity. Now you can get, theoretically, you can get 6 stat jewels with corrupted gaze. So theoretically you could get 36 dexterity, but there's none on the market. So I'm going to look out for that. We also made these boots right here, which I'm also going to craft with the abyss fossils to get another abyss socket if I'm not gem starved, right? If I can actually afford to lose the gem there. But we have the most important mod here, the 2 to 4 cold damage to attacks per 10 dexterity with the dexterity. And yeah, what the most important mod on this is going to be the implicit, which is going to be, I think, the Eater of Worlds implicit that gives us brittle ground while moving. So just to give you an idea what brittle ground actually gives you, if you look here, brittle ground, it's not in POB right now, gives us plus 5% to critical strike chance. That is base crit chance. If you look what happens with my damage, if I remove that one, this is what happens. This is the power of the brittle. So yeah, that mod will be absolutely insane. Now, what I can tell you as well, a lot of people are using action speed here. Just know that while it makes you faster, it does not make your totems faster. Your totems do inherit your stats, but stuff like tailwind or action speed does not actually increase the attack speed of your totems, or for example also brands. Now as for body armor, we're actually going to have a pretty crazy one here. So we bricked one of these today and it was pretty damn rough, but we're back. I want to get this to work. So what I will do is I will get this grasping mail on a Val Regalia base with recombinators, and once I have that and I have 2 Val Regalia bases, I will try to get this temple fracture and this percentage attack speed per dexterity fracture on one base. And the reason, once again, why all of these crafts are going to be so intricate is that we're going to scale Pious Path. We're going to have so much ES regen. We also want to have ES to actually use that with. Overall, though, this build will not focus that much on defenses. I probably won't be going for armor evasion, simply because this is going to be a boss killer. If you think how bosses act, what you need mostly is spell suppression. And we already have that covered because we're dex-stacker. We simply take Mage Bane, we're done, right? But the truth of the matter is that armor and evasion don't really do that much if you're only bossing. Armor isn't that good against big hits, and if a boss is going to hit you with physical damage, it's only really threatening if you can mitigate those big hits. So that's something I might think about, but mostly with this amount of damage, I don't really know a boss that can withstand this and then still attack back, unless we're talking about phased bosses. But mostly it would just basically be, think of it as a cast on death build that actually one-shots a boss without having to off yourself. So yeah, don't be too impressed by this number. We don't know what's going to happen. It might be a lot of fluff. I might not get the items I want. I'm going to try to go for 1 billion just for the fun of it. You don't really need that kind of damage. We're also going to go overboard when it comes to currency. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow to crafting, and I will keep you guys up to date. We're probably going to be crafting for like 2 days or so. We have a lot still left. These are still all bases. They don't do anything. But something I know is I want 1 build damage, and I want at least 20 totems. That would be a ton of fun. I'm really looking forward towards this build. So far, it has been a blast. We're only level 65. Like I said, crafting is going to be next, and then there's going to be endgame. And we're probably going to do a lot of these, I don't know, kill 1,000 of this boss challenge, maybe 100 feared. I don't know, whatever gets clicks, right? You guys know how it is this late in the league. I just want to have fun, honestly. Maybe we're going to progress in our challenge stuff. I haven't done anything this league, so this is definitely going to help round about here. I haven't really done much at all. I have mostly been mapping and doing simulacrums. Yeah, I'm just hyped to mix it up a little bit. Go for a boss killer. I haven't done one in a while. If you guys remember my Shrapnel Ballista build, this is very, very similar, but it will deal a lot more damage. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how crafting goes, but I will definitely keep you guys updated on YouTube. I will try out to do these kind of build guides a little bit different now. I will try to update you guys more and not just throw out a build guide 1 week after I've done it on stream. I kind of want to do like a diary style. Definitely tell me if you like it like this. And next time you see me, I can show you guys what we've crafted on stream. You can also check it out yourself if you have time once I'm live. But yeah, gonna update you and see ya. But that's it for the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe. As always, a huge shout out to my Twitch subscribers and my Patreons. I could do videos like this without you. Thank you so much for the support. But yeah, definitely excited for some of these crafts tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I hope I don't lose all my currency. Definitely give me feedback if you like this. So the way I want to do these videos is basically, I want to do like 3 videos while making the build, like kind of diary style, and then I want to make my big build guide at the end as always. I thought maybe this would give a little bit more input, answer a little bit more questions without having to explain everything in the end video. But yeah, since I still don't have a slogan, see you next time.